Name of subject internal combustion engines. Name of chapter SI engines fuel supply system, ignition system, combustion. Name of topic transistor ignition system with contactless breaker. Contents transistor ignition system with contactless breaker. Dear friends, in the last video we already discussed about transistorized ignition system in detail. But here we are going to talk about the transistor ignition system with contactless breaker. So the working principle is very much same. So with the help of this particular diagram, we can understand the transistor ignition system with contactless breaker. So in the last video, as we already discussed about the transistorized system, in that case there is a use of one contact breaker. So but in this particular diagram, the no contact breaker is available, or we can say the contactless breaker. So there is a contactless breaker technique which is being used in this particular type of ignition system. So again the transistor which is present over here, here is the base, another one is the emitter, and this one is that particular capacitor or collector. So here is that particular battery, and one end of the battery which is connected to the switch, and through the switch it is connected to this particular transistor system. Okay, so from the transistor it is connected to the winding. One is a primary winding and another one is a secondary winding itself. Okay, so here is nothing but called as the ignition coil, and from the secondary ignition coil or the secondary winding it is connected to the distributor, and through the distributor system this particular thing which is connected to the spark plug. Okay, so here is one example of a single cylinder engine. That's why only single spark plug is present over here. Okay, so in this case if you observe in the diagram, there is a no use of the breaker system. So instead of breaker we are using directly this particular switch over here. Okay, so the arrangement is present in this case like this. As the switch connects, so the amount of current will supply from the battery to this particular transistor, and from the transistor to this particular primary winding of the ignition coil. Okay, so as there will be some break in the switch, that time there will be a stop in the supply of the current in this particular circuit, and that time as there should be some excitation or the magnetic kind of a field been developed in the primary winding, and because of this thing the secondary winding will be excited. Okay, and that high voltage current then supplied to the distributor, and from the distributor it will supply to the spark plug, and spark plug provides the spark inside the engine cylinder. So this is the working principle of this contactless breaker system, where we are not using any kind of that particular contact breaker. That's why the transistor ignition system with contactless breaker. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this particular video. Thanks a lot.